evening, goblins and ghouls and witches. We're here to bring you some late night scaries. And for a lot of you, some of this will resonate if you've ever had to do reviews before. We're Shadow Band, so I'm going to bring out the rest of us. Hello. So tonight we're going to do 2 Yelp reviews, one of a haunted house in New York City. The other is a Californian psychic, if you will. So I'll share my screen. Yeah, if you will. That's what you'll call it, you know. I'm going to share my screen. This is the haunted house. Its name is Blackout Haunted House. It is in California, New York. It's
New York,
Chelsea.
New York.
All right. It says, we got tickets through Thrillist, so they were discounted. $25, I think. This isn't your typical haunted house. There aren't fake chainsaws and people jumping at you. It's more about the senses. You're in the dark, alone, being yelled at, given commands, asked to scream, pushed around, watching weird shit. I won't get into details because that would ruin it for you. Where clearly you just told us everything that was happening, but yeah, we digress. I didn't think it was scary. I would recommend it to people who are easily scared. It was more of a creepy experience, sitting in the dark, being told don't move, and having people whisper or scream at you, breathing on your neck. I can't see in the dark very well. Some of the parts I needed to be semi-led through. My heart rate was elevated and adrenaline pumped through my body like, whoa. Waiting to go was the worst part because my mind was racing. I legit thought I was going to get cut open because of the waiver. I was more afraid of not following the directions because they say this is for your safety. It was fun and interesting. Cons. It could have been a little bit longer. I don't get the nudity thing. Why was there a naked guy with his soft penis flopping around? Why do I need to see some girl's boobs? They have gotten to the point across without these things. If they were for shock value, it didn't shock me. It was lame-o. They say you get wet, and you do. Unfortunately for me, my pants got super wet, and it looked like I peed myself. Riding the subway home in November, wet and cold, was no fun, but worth it. I especially like being pulled by the ponytail. Reminded me of when I was nasty to my mother. She would pull that thing daily. I feel like the troubled teenager all over again.
Oh, God.
Here's the thing. I feel like this isn't a haunted house.
Right? Okay, I thought I was the only one thinking it. And I was like, Caroline, get your mind out of the goddamn gutter. But like, the yelling of commands, is this like I don't know, like a Dom thing, like an S&M? Like, I don't know.
I don't know, because on the next one I like skimmed and it said that they gave them all safety words that they could say.
No way. Yeah, I mean, I could totally see some people's fantasies being in like a haunted house, like, you know, because that's like big. Everyone's kind of like into it, but like, yeah, her just like I don't know who wrote it, but the author of this Yelp review definitely went into territory I wasn't expecting with haunted house. Like,
yeah,
you know,
like,
I've never been to this kind of haunted house. Like,
I have never been to a haunted house where there's someone naked just chilling.
Yeah. And then also the giving commands. I don't know if you've had that experience in a haunted house, but normally, like, you know, you get the yelling and like, but it's always to like keep you moving along. Like, it's never like get on the floor. I don't know, like what commands were being.
I wonder if there was a TikTok I saw recently that was, because, you know, it's what the kids are on. And then maybe I wonder if this is the same one because the girl said in it that like they had different rooms and it was different emotions. And one point they like threw you underwater and held you down there for like 2 seconds. And I'm like, that's not fun to me. Like that's not enjoyable at all.
And like they must know what they're getting themselves into. Like a
Mhm.
certain waiver needs to be signed before
Yeah.
any of that kind of stuff happens.
She also said there was a point where you go in and there's like a barber shop chair and it's they try to like the actors try to get you to sit in the chair, but they will actually cut your hair if you sit in it. Like they'll
Oh
buzz cut
god.
your hair. And so there was people who didn't know that and thought like, ha ha ha, I'll sit in the chair, and they literally buzz cut your hair.
Oh my god.
I know. I'm like, this isn't scary. This is tormenting.
I'm also now just trying to think of like what it would be like to work there. Like, I'm just imagining like these people like driving into work being like, all right, I'm ready to hold people underwater for like 15 seconds. I'm gonna yell commands at these people and while I'm naked.
I
Like,
just assume that Joe from You works there. Like this is probably where his first job was. You think it was a library, but it wasn't. It was his haunted
totally.
house.
Yes. And then he went to the
Hmm.
library that was
Hmm.
like a true story of this telling of, like a Stephen King novel. And then
That's probably where
he,
he got the idea for that glass little room thing that he built to hold people in. Was his haunted
totally,
house.
that thing is wild.
All right, well, we're not ever going to the blackout haunted house, but if that's your thing, go for it.
And check out Thrillist. You may be able to get discounted tickets.
Yeah,
So
should have known it was up to something if it was a discount.
for real. I love that it wasn't
Thrillers.
like a Groupon discount though. It was
Thrillers.
Thrillist.
All right, so this, and it's a picture because obviously, you know.
Love it.
So this is a psychic. I'm not going to read it all because it's super long, but supposedly California witch Tuesday Phillips is a fraud.
Oh,
So it says Tuesday Phillips is a fraud. It took me 5 years to see what she actually can do to deceive a person. When I first met this black-hearted devil, whew, she
oh
was doing
boy.
palm readings for $10. As a psychic con artist, she advised me that she had to meditate to obtain guidance from spiritual guides to help me. Dolly Ann Phillips, the California witch, invoked satanic entities that destroyed lives and created confusion. She actually hated couples that loved each other. When I
What?
asked her, did she do anything to help improve my communications between my sister and myself, she simply said, I took care of it, right?
Huh?
She's working with Satan. She planted 3 snakes wrapped in a bundle of hair inside my body.
What?
Sounds strange. Using the snake technique, Dolly Phillips' ultimate control over your mind, your money, and your future. The idea is to keep you bound. I found someone to remove her bundle in the snakes. Wow.
That's a journey.
That is a journey. Could you imagine like going to someone and then having snakes on you?
So the snakes were inside her, right?
I mean, that's what it said. There was snakes.
Did she go to the doctor to find out if the snakes are inside her? Or was it just like a feeling? Like, how some people are very intuitive with their body and like, did she just know that there was snakes?
I don't know. I'm also, how do you bundle snakes? Like, are they alive?
Yeah.
How did she get the
This
snakes in you?
also Tuesday Phillips, like, I don't know. I don't think I'm not immediately trusting someone named Tuesday Phillips. And I know
No.
you're never supposed to judge anyone by its cover or their names, but like Tuesday Phillips, they're
Mm-mm.
scamming.
Yeah.
Tuesday has been through the MLM run of the mill. Tuesday has done it all. Like they've done the other days of the week and now they're stuck back on Tuesday.
Yeah. I'm also curious, do you think psychics know when people give them bad reviews? Like they're like, oh, I know I got one of those today. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like honestly, like I think it may happen during the reading. Like they pick up on that energy. They're like, oh, this person is a platinum Yelp reviewer. So I'm going to be getting a bad review. And then I think they just go hard at that point. Like I
Yeah.
feel like that's like, you got to do that because then you don't want to do the reading for the Yelp review. Like if you get that energy and you're like, oh, I should give a good reading for this person, like,
Mm,
oh, you're going to find $1 million tomorrow. Like you're also going to find your Princess Charming tomorrow too. And you're also going to get a nice steak cooked for you by your boss. And your boss never cooks for anyone. So
have you ever had a bad psychic experience?
no, I'm
Mm,
honestly, I've got my tarot read, but I haven't been to a psychic yet. And it's because I heard this thing and it kind of scares me. If the psychic, this is what I've heard. So this is all allegedly based on like just
yeah.
retelling of stories, fables, but based on real life. But they said that if the psychic like reads that you're gonna die soon, they won't do your reading. So I'm like worried about going to a
Uh,
psychic and them being like, I won't do your reading. And like, I feel like there could be a multitude of reasons as to why a psychic may not want to do the reading, like I feel like there's
mhm.
other things, but that could be one reason. Like you're
Mm,
not going to get good news. Like maybe I like go in and I'm like, oh, I really just want to know like when I'm going to get a new job. And they like kind of get my energy and they're like, oh girl, like you're stuck for a while. Like you're not going to like what I have to say. So like, or they're like,
yeah.
oh, I don't do those kind of readings. I do more like personal life, family life, whatever, and not professional. But I immediately would be like, oh shit, like my day is right
No.
in the corner.
I had one time here in Baltimore, and to be honest, this was like maybe almost 8 years ago. Like the place doesn't exist anymore, and it was like with this like 78-year-old lady, and that does play a part because I got there and it was $5 readings, and I should have known, but I was an AmeriCorps volunteer, so I was like, this is what I can afford.
Yeah.
Um, I got there and her son answered the door. She came, she held my hand. She was a palm reader, and
Mm-hmm.
she held my hand and she was like rubbing it. And then all she kept saying was soon, it will happen soon. And I was like, what will happen soon? And she was like, soon. And then she spit on my hand. Also, this was 8 years ago, so obviously like way before COVID, but like she
Yeah.
spit on my hand and went and then walked off.
What happened soon? What's your take? What's your interpretation of the reading? What was the spit? What meaning did that hold? And if anything, what do you think happened? You were in the AmeriCorps at the time.
Yeah, so that was
Uh,
probably like, yeah, like 8 years ago. Wildly enough, I've been back in Baltimore 3 years. I applied for Peace Corps that year.
you
So maybe.
applied, so you weren't in Peace Corps
No, no, no. I
yet. You were in
applied.
Air Corps and you wanted to get into Peace Corps.
Maybe her
Interesting.
spit helped me. I
She
didn't
was
think about that till just
locking it in
dang. I should
because
never
yeah,
washed my hand.
it's interesting because I do know that like, like the spitting on the hand and then doing a handshake, that's like making a
Gross.
promise, and like
Yeah.
we see that more in like cartoons or we did like in the 90s. And like the pinky promise is like similar. So maybe that was like her being like, I promise you it's happening soon.
Maybe.
So maybe I mean, I just love how she didn't give any context though,
She
because
literally
that's
spit in my
amazing.
hand and smacked it and popped off. Like at first I was like, what did I disrespect her? Like, did I do something? And my roommate was with me at the time, who's also AmeriCorps, and she was gonna go next, and she just walked off. She was like, I'm good.
Love it. Um, yeah,
So
I mean, that's a foolproof psychic reading, is just to say soon. Because like
Yeah,
any
soon.
question, soon is a reasonable answer. Like you
Yeah,
can't really like fight with soon. It's like,
no,
yeah, I want more to it, but like that's solid. Like, when is the market gonna crash? Soon. Is it
soon,
gonna rebound? Soon.
soon.
When are we
When am
gonna
I
get
gonna
a
find
new
my
president?
love?
Soon.
Soon.
Like, yeah. All these things soon. Yeah.
Soon. Well, yeah. Well, we'll do some improv off of the.
Yeah. Love it.
Guess how many people died on my part of the haunted house this today?
Clarissa, stop bragging. You have the best room. It's hard for me to kill people when all I do is walk around naked. Okay, Clarissa.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, your room is like the most popular room. Like your room, people are always like, "Oh man, I wish they didn't make me lock my phone up beforehand."
I know.
So you could be
Seriously.
you could be Twitter famous right now if it wasn't for that one rule.
Kim Kardashian would be shaking in her Balenciaga boots if phones were allowed in my room.
Oh
So
yeah.
you're welcome, Kim.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, honestly, word on the street is that we are getting a celebrity person to come view our rooms this weekend. So like, I don't know, I may kind of like shake things up. This is a moment to get like seen and heard from the celebrity atmosphere. Like, I don't know if it's true because I just went to this psychic and she just kept saying soon. And my question was, when is a
Oh,
celebrity going to come into my life? And she just said soon.
soon. I
Yeah.
mean, that could happen then. Oh my gosh. If you could have any celebrity coming to this haunted house, A, that two celebrities, okay? One that you're like, okay, it's cool to go into Madame Jess's room because if you don't come out, that's okay. Or I want you only to come in my room because I intentionally am going to be naked as soon as you come in.
Oh my God. So, like, immediately, two celebrities just come to mind. And the first one is an obvious Kanye because he's gonna write a song about it. And then the second is an obvious Taylor Swift because she's gonna write a song about it.
Oh,
And
yeah.
then Taylor and Kanye will have beef about what they saw and what they didn't see in my room. And then
Mm-hmm.
that's just gonna, so that would give me like 10 years of fame instead of just like a 15-minute. Like if Margot Robbie came, it'd be 15 minutes because she's like classy and would
Yeah.
be like, she would respect my art. She would be like art
Mm-hmm.
and just like
Mm-hmm.
is respectful like that. But Kanye and Taylor,
Yeah,
zero.
they would. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, you could be like VMA 2.0 moment where they walk up and they're like, I, s- I'm gonna let you finish, but I saw Madame Caroline naked first, and she
Exactly.
has the greatest haunted house room of all time.
And then Miley will take me on her wrecking ball and we will swing through that. And that will be a moment. So MTV call. Well, you need to call my boss, unfortunately, because I can't handle any inquiries. It's
Yeah,
the system that we have here at the haunted house is just like so
it's
annoying. Like,
it's
let us
annoying.
be the keepers of our career. Like
I
you,
know.
like you kill
I know.
people like nothing else. Like
And
honestly, like
it's crazy because
mhm,
literally last week, I was on a killing spree.
yeah.
And I can't say their name because they had to sign an NDA, but one of the famous horror film killers came in and he was going to recruit me to be on his team. And the
Oh,
boss was like, no, you can't do that because she signed a 500-year contract. And I was like, this is my chance.
It's amazing. And can we also talk about the fact that Freddie needs to get a life? Like, he can't
Like,
be coming in here 5 nights a week. It's like,
like
Freddie, there's other people that want to come in and see us. Like, you're
he
taking
comes
a ticket.
all the time, all the time.
Like, literally, poor guy. He can't get any other work. So he just comes and tries to relive his moments. It's like,
Yeah.
come on.
Yeah. He literally, yesterday when he came in, yeah, he was here yesterday. He came in and talked for 20 minutes about Michael Myers and how he has a new movie and he needs a new movie. And I'm like, dude, you were the 80s and 90s and early 2000s. After you and Jason fought, it was done.
Yeah, literally. Like, honestly, and I'm not like a business consultant or anything because I can't even manage my own career because of the boss. But Freddie should obviously just open up a bar. It's just so obvious. Open up a damn bar, Freddie. We'll come after our
Yeah.
birthday. Like, just open a damn bar.
Yeah.
So
You can open a bar, just make sure that there's no fire or anything, like
like, I mean, he can like keep the heat up high.
a
So like
little bit,
they're like,
a
oh
little
my
bit.
God, like, is it gonna happen? And it's like, no, it's
Mhm.
not. Because this is a professional establishment and I have to pay rent on said bar. But like, honestly, I just feel bad. Like, truly, I feel bad. And I mean, I think it's safe to say, like, you're no longer seeing him then, because for a while I thought you were still with him. So I didn't want to like be that bitch. But
Yeah, like
yeah.
we did for a little bit. Like, like I
Mhm,
felt really bad that he hadn't had any movies out and he
mhm.
kept complimenting my killing. And that's my soft spot. Like, when someone's like, the way you slash is impeccable, I'm like, "Ah, yes.
I know, but Jess, you're so much more than you're slashing. Like, you also know how to use a hammer. Like, hammer time should be about you, not that
Mm.
dumb fucking song. Like, you know how to do that hammer. Like, Thor should be quaking in his Jackson Hole boots, Timberland boots, because you can use that hammer better than he can.
Yeah, yeah. And I've been practicing lately
Mhm.
axe throwing.
Shit.
Yeah. Once I get that axe down where I can just, as soon as they walk in, it's over.
Just I'm just a little thrown by the fact that you have taken on throwing and like you've known that's something I really wanted to do. And like I thought you would have let me know, like invited me along. Like, I just really want to start, but I just don't know. I'm scared to go by myself because those group fitness axe throwing classes are like really
They're the
intimidating.
worst.
And like, yeah, so you could have extended an invite.
I'm sorry. We can go next time. We can go like tomorrow if you want. You just have to put on clothes. Okay, that's really the thing is they're not going to let you in if you don't have clothes on. It's a hazard.
I'm not gonna be like standing in front of axes or anything. I'm just gonna be throwing them. I just
Yeah, but because of your beauty, it
Mhm.
might distract the other axe throwers. And then once that happens, they go everywhere.
So wait, you're telling me that there's really hot people in the axe throwing class, and then I'm also missing out on that. I'm missing learning a new skill with my bestie, and I'm also missing out on potential hotties, and I'm just here naked and sad.
No, I don't want you to be naked and sad. Okay, we'll go tomorrow. Just okay. You don't have to be naked, but like maybe, maybe just like what is it? Like one of those halter tops, and maybe just some shorts. Still show some skin, but have them guessing. Have them guessing.
I just when are people gonna appreciate me for me?
I
It's
do.
hard going through this world when people just want me to just be like everybody else. And I'm not saying that you're like everybody else because you're able to hide your skill. I can't hide my skill. My skill is my
I
goddamn
know.
body.
I
Oh,
know. I'm sorry. I'm
oh,
sorry. What if, oh my gosh, what if we talk to the boss and maybe to bring in extra income, we can start our own axe throwing club, nude axe throwing. That way, you can use your gift while also learning a skill that you want to learn. And then it brings more people in here.
oh my God. That would literally be amazing. I just, I want to get out of here. Like, I really just want to have a time to like just do something with you because you know that they're going to set it up that you're in your room, I'm in my room, and the axe throwing is going to be in a whole different room. And we're not even going to be able to enjoy the fruits of our great ideas.
We're
And
not.
it's like, this is just what's wrong. This is capitalism at its finest. And I
And
don't give her.
the shitty part is the boss will take it and say that it was him and say that he did it. When we all know you were the one who came up with the naked room to begin with.
Yeah.
And I said that we should actually kill people and not pretend to.
Yeah.
And he took it and spun it and said, these are my ideas.
It's literally insane, except for that one time when like a really important public official came and you killed them. He really, I thought you were going to do time, girl. I was getting nervous.
I
And
was nervous too.
yeah, I just want you to know that like if you ever go to jail because of this job and you doing your craft, I will get myself into jail with you. I will do whatever it takes. Yes.
It's
Yes.
like the sweetest.
Like, honestly, I would even put on clothes. That's how
Oh
much.
my gosh, you would put on clothes for me?
Yeah. Like, yeah. I would. I swear to God. And like, I wouldn't even get on clothes to go on to my parents' renewing of their wedding vows. I just had to watch from a Zoom live stream. I was like, and they wouldn't even let me put my camera on because they didn't want me to show any skin. But you get me.
You were really my best friend.
You are like, I don't even know if best friend encapsulates everything that you are to me. Like, honestly, like, God.
Should we
This
do
is
our
why they,
favorite?
this is why they say don't mix business with pleasures because
I
it makes everything so hard. I should have listened to the boss who said keep this strictly professional, don't get too attached, but I'm so goddamn attached to you.
know. Can we do our special handshake?
Yes, let's do
Okay.
a special handshake. And I love you so much.
You.
Yes.
And that's our show. Yay. We have been Shadow Bands. Hopefully, you will not have to write any terrible Yelp reviews anytime soon for your Halloween. Um, Also, just remember that this is Late Night Scaries brought to you by the amazing Robin Stegman. And there's still some more late night scaries. It goes until Halloween night. So make sure you tune in. There's going to be some horror and gore and everything that you love of Halloween. And until then, stay spooky.